I've been attending services at Compassion for the past several months, and they have really been life changing. I've felt very encouraged on a weekly basis with the messages that are shared from Pastor Chandler and others, and really appreciate everyone in the congregation and the community being so welcoming and so excited to see me on a weekly basis. I certainly share that sentiment with you as well. I've seen a lot of growth in my life since being plugged into Compassion, maybe none more so fulfilling than through giving. I'm not afraid to admit that up until fairly recently, I haven't consistently given to a church or given to the Lord in terms of tithes and offerings. Sure, there was sporadic giving here or there, maybe end of the year giving or something to that effect, but I really haven't trusted the Lord with my finances completely and fully until very recently. It was either Pastor Jason or Pastor Chris after one of the messages that Pastor Chandler shared earlier this year. They had spoke on giving, and their words really resonated with my heart. And they shared that the Lord doesn't need your money; He needs your heart. And those words clanged around in my head for a number of weeks, and I really felt my heart pulling, ripping out of my chest every time at the end of the service where the offering bucket was passed around, and I just passed it to my neighbor and never really dropped anything in there. And then finally, one day I decided, you know what? I'm going to write the check, I'm going to drop it in there, and I'm going to trust that the Lord will use it to build His kingdom. And I've been doing that on a weekly basis, and I'll tell you, my life has felt so fulfilled. I've never felt more happy. I've falsely assumed that giving money on a weekly basis or giving faithfully, I would have kind of felt empty because you see that bank account dwindle and you're just hoping payday comes a little bit faster. But I actually look forward to giving and to writing that check on a weekly basis now, just trusting that the Lord can do exponential good with that small gift that I give on a consistent basis. It takes me back to the story in Matthew of Jesus feeds the 5,000. If He can take 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish and feed 5,000 people, I know that He can take your gift on a weekly basis, monthly basis, however you want to give it, and impact the community for His good. So if you're like me and you're sitting there and you're thinking about giving, maybe on the fence, or you feel like, what happens if I give a little bit more? I would encourage you to do just that. It's really changed my life. It's impacted my life for the better. I've seen the fruits of that the Lord has given me because of that faithful giving, and I'm excited to continue to give moving forward.